What's going on? Welcome on in. It is a trade recap Monday, September 11th, 2023. One and done, but a pretty big miss, and I will cover all that here in this video. So we've got NVDA up on the screen. It was a one and done. I wasn't loving what we had to see today outside of Tesla, but at the same time, didn't love the look before the break. So I'll kind of cover this stuff. NVIDIA, we ended up taking two contracts. I took off one contract, and then the other contract got stopped out break even on the day. So that was the deal. So at one point we were up 110, 104, even 95, then eventually came back and stopped me out break even, but I had already taken one contract off. This was nuts because the exit was very quick. If we look into this, I entered at 9:11:56. My first sell hit at 9:12:35. So less than 1 minute later, I was up over 10% on this position, which is why I love trading NVIDIA. It really is. Had this been a trender to the downside or a continuation trend day, oh my goodness, could this have been a beast? So I was really looking forward to that. Just didn't happen. So once we have taken half of it off, stop loss goes to break even. And then I put a take profit, 25-ish%, and then I can adjust accordingly depending on price action from there. So that was the look, and it ended up stopping us out on that extra contract. So let's pull it up. So here's SPY. SPY's making a nice push back up as we speak, but let's jump over to NVIDIA. What did I see? I played puts, by the way. So here's NVIDIA. What we have is a big move down off the open. We have a level. This blue line was a key support from prior weeks, which is why I liked it short under 450. And then this was the pattern I played. So big move down, big wick down to 445, bounce back, put pressure on that level. And then I got in on this break right here. Kind of crazy because this chart, wouldn't generally work in my view, or it's interesting how it hit my take profit, but it hit it so fast. And just that's why I love trading NVIDIA. So I was up well over 10% pretty quick on this position. So I got in on this candle break, got out literally on that same candle because contracts went nuts, and then they back tested and then stopped me out. So that was the deal, and it's bouncing back up. The big miss though that I want to touch on, and this kind of hurts, but you can't look at it this way. So I'm not gonna. Do I really care? I'm not gonna get too caught up in this. It is what it is. Tesla. So price target upgrade, whatever they had going on, and the thing's up like 10% as I speak right now. So pre-market highs, I leveled out right here. Big picture, I liked Tesla long over 460 because that's like the top of the consolidation, or 461. That's the top of this consolidation we've got going on right here. So if we can get up there and break it, I would like to go long. Thing is, it happened in pre-market off the price target upgrade. Okay, fine. Momentum, we'll still look at the long side here. I just didn't like the individual patterns on the 5-minute chart, which is why I didn't trade it. But if you look at the 1-hour chart, there really wasn't an excuse to not trade this. And I would have had to just adjust the contract or the position sizing accordingly. So the pre-market high was right here. We pretty much stayed pretty high and tight to that pre-market highs. Not much of a pullback, really off the open briefly, but that was quickly bought up with some higher lows. Then right here, I was looking at it. Kind of had this double top almost at this like 266.32 area. And then this candle was the breaking candle. That was a massive move. I missed that move. Now, I was watching it, didn't like it. I saw this attempt right here, this lower wick, and I was like, I'm just going to leave it alone and not touch it. And that was my take on it. But looking back, here's the 1-hour chart. I mean, outside of this lower wick, which is kind of concerning, but also not a huge deal because it just shows that buyers sucked it right back up to the upside. This is a beautiful, flag pattern essentially that I like to play on the 5-minute, on the 1-hour. And when you get that pattern on the 1-hour, it's usually good looks. And so we got it, and it was a nice move. So that was just my bad for not taking it. It is what it is. Would have been a great trade, but there'll be plenty more like this over time. It is what it is. I still, was happy with my trade to the downside on NVIDIA, but it's weird because at the same time, right, I didn't really want to take this Tesla because you didn't have the alignment with the S&P. Like if you go back in time, Tesla was breaking to the upside here like 9, or let's call it around 10 a.m. my time, or it's Eastern? No, 10 a.m. Central time. So 11 a.m. Eastern time. And if you go to the S&P, if you go to SPY at that same time frame, what was SPY doing at 10 a.m.? SPY is drilling to new lows. So that's why that's also a part of why I didn't take it. When you look at the big picture charts, like, how would you not take it? But then you look at SPY and you go, well, this is probably why right here. SPY is drilling to new lows at that same time that Tesla's breaking out. I'm not loving that. Although at the same time, it could be good and bad, because at the same time, you can also say, well, Tesla's showing some really good relative strength. If SPY was to bounce, that's going to probably catapult Tesla, and it did. So, you got both sides to that, but just didn't really help. So that's why I didn't take that, but I still, was able to sneak out green. I'm not going to complain. And, first trade of the week is green, barely, I guess you can say, or a half green. But on the month, we are currently down 75. So we're pretty much like break even on the month. Despite this big stupid day, which go back to last week, you'll see more about that. I'm not like super pissed about it. We'll just kind of keep chugging along, and it is what it is. So everything is tracked here on TradeZella. And if you got any questions, leave in the comment section down below. I'll leave TradeZella linked up below, as well as all the other resources that I do use in the video description box. Thanks so much, and that is today's trade recap. Peace.